Collins' shoulder did return. Go ahead.
What jumps out at you at the defensive struggles you had just getting off the field?
A little bit of everything. I mean, it wasn't good enough at all in all three phases. Special teams played the best, but I thought we struggled to tackle. Struggled to get a rush. Thought we made too many mistakes in secondary on some of our zone dogs, and felt like we didn't challenge them enough in man either. So a little bit of everything.
How is obviously there more injuries on that side of the ball today? I mean, obviously we're talking about tackling and fundamental stuff, but I mean, is part of it just a lack of healthy bodies and the talent level?
Yeah, it makes it harder, but I mean, we played a lot better last week, so we can do a lot better than we did today.
Are any of those injuries today potentially serious, or?
We'll see. Hopefully not. Two ankles didn't look like highs. D. Winters with his knee, just inflammation, things like that. So hopefully we'll be all right. He made some plays, and he missed some too. I don't think anyone on offense did that good. We had to really take advantage of, they held on the ball as good as any team that I've been around, just going against them. We had to really take advantage when we did get the ball and made too many mistakes. When the defense is out there for that long, we can't go 3 and out. Had too many of those today, and I thought Mac made some big plays. The touchdown at the end of the second quarter, the touchdown to JJ down the field, but just collectively as an offense, too many mistakes.
In a game like this, damage your team's morale, spirit, or even
I would hope not. I mean, we got beat today. Credit to them. They kicked our ass, and we got to take it like men and come back, hopefully a little pissed off, and go to work and play better next week than we did this week.
Was that kind of your message to the team?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's not much to sugarcoat there. And I was real disappointed in how we looked for all 4 quarters. First half was unacceptable, and second half didn't get much better. So not much to say about it, except that we'll look it on the plane and figure out all the things that we know we can correct and that we did mess up. But expect the guys to come in tomorrow with a chip on their shoulder, ready to get back to work.
You got the Kittle touchdown right before halftime and then Debo's interception. Did you think things were turning for the second?
I knew we had a chance to, especially when we were starting with the ball out there. I still thought we had a chance at the end in the fourth quarter. I thought there were a couple opportunities where we could have came back, and we didn't stop them there. We made a 2-score lead there at the end, which was tough. But they outplayed us a lot today. But I still thought we had our opportunities to find a way at the end, and we didn't get it done.
Is it too greedy to want more to go out of bounds so you can maybe do something in those last?
It'll be good stuff for us to review with them. I think it's tough. There's 11 seconds before the play, so we need awareness of that when it happens. I do think when you catch it by the sidelines, and I think he has time to look to score. But I think once we can't, we got to get down immediately. So I think it is a little greedy just getting on him for that. I thought it was a hell of a play by Demo. It was nice to break that stretch that we've had of not getting a pick. But it'll be a good learning situation to kind of cover with all our guys tomorrow.
Same question. With the trade deadline, even more imminent. But as far as getting some defensive reinforcement or two, does today change your perception of what you've been saying?
Nothing changes anything. It has to do with what's available out there, and does it help us this year? Does it help us next year? So usually as things get closer, you get a little more idea on who's real and who's not, and we'll evaluate that for the short term and long term.
Was the defensive game plan to force the Texans to execute long drive?
No, it wasn't.
There is an element that can't be controlled, is injuries, and that plays such a big role, especially out there today. Is that frustrating for you as a coach, trying to find the answers to some of that?
I mean, injuries are part of the game. I mean, I kind of used to get a lot more frustrated with it, and I'm a lot more used to it just over my career. And it's, the frustrating part is trying to find answers and not working throughout that game.
And Coach, you got a local guy on your team in Upton Strout. Can you just say what you've seen him add to the team in practice and also on the game field?
Yeah, I've been real happy that we got Upton. We loved him in college, and we loved him since he's been here, and it's good to get him back out there today after his injury from last week. But he's a young guy with a promising future.
Take 2 more out.
Were you happy with the effort that guys put there? Obviously there were mistakes, but effort-wise, were you happy with that?
I mean, there's no place in particular where I was questioning anybody's effort. I'll be able to see that in more detail when I get on the plane. I feel collectively, just as a whole, I wish I felt our team a little bit more today. But there was nothing where I saw guys loafing or anything like that. But it's a little easier for me to see when I study the tape.
When you say you wish you felt the team, what you just mean from like an
energy?
Just coming out. I mean, I felt him in the locker room and stuff, all that and everything. But just that first half was tough. You know, I think it was 14 first downs to 2. Just the time of possession and everything like that. It was just it was a tough first half, an unusual first half.
Kyle, it seemed like, based on what happened with defensively last week, it was like, hey, maybe against all odds you guys can overcome. No Bosa, no Warner. Is it, I don't know, in some ways a reality check of you've got to have those type of players on the field? There's going to be a big drop.
I mean, our reality is pretty realistic on what we deal with every week. So we knew we had a tough game versus Atlanta, and we felt we had a tough game today. So all those things, I mean, you guys can write about that stuff. But, yeah, it's definitely harder when you lose really good players. But we've had that situation throughout this year, and all I want us to do is play as good as we can play, and then you can deal with whatever. And today we didn't play as good as we could play.
Yeah, he made a good play. Definitely need more of those.
Yeah, just how you guys couldn't get in the flow of the game, Matt, because you were out so fast. What was that like just through the first half and little subtle sparks during the second half?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Feel like we prepare a certain way for the opening drives, and really like the way we do it here. And I've been in that situation far too many times where it just hasn't gotten going, and today just wasn't our day. So at the end of the day, you got 30 more minutes to play, and did okay, but definitely a lot to clean up, and just got to be more on our P's and Q's.
The touchdown pass to George, though, what did that? That was right on the money, right where you wanted it.
Yeah.
You see that from the start, and you think that was going to be the spark you needed?
Yeah, for sure. I scored actually on a very similar play last year against the same defense, and we had put that in and kind of had that thought on the same play. George just made a good play, and the line gave me enough time to rip it in there. So definitely want more of those.
Mac, you want one-on-one there at the end, they got intercepted. Just what was the thought there, and what went on?
I mean, they jumped on the goal line. They jumped a double slant, whatever, when we were backed up, and then I asked for it, and Kyle and I were talking about it, and Juwan just got kind of banged up on the play before, so it's unfortunate. I don't think that was neither of our faults. I was going to throw that 10 times out of 10, and he usually comes up with it majority of the time. So just a good play by the DB, and that guy's been playing well all year, number 4, so he just made a good play.
Just one-on-one, and you want to take your shot.
Absolutely, yeah.
Matt, Kyle talked about coming in tomorrow with a chip on your shoulder. How important is it for everybody on the team to feel that way and act accordingly?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think my process isn't going to change. I'm going to come into work and follow my schedule, and I do that whether we win or lose, so I don't think that changes for me, but it is good to get the wake-up call. And I mean, I know I want to get back in the ring, and to do that you got to practice well and have a good process leading up to it. So I know we have the right guys, and wasn't our day today, so it is what it is.
Did the defense, the Houston Texas defense, do pretty much what you expected, or did they throw some surprises in there for you?
I mean, yeah, they do what they do. They've done the same thing the past 5 years. So they're really good, though. They've all played together for a long time and got a lot of respect for those guys. And I've gone against them 3 times in the last year, and every time I've left the field, I thought they were the best defense in the NFL. So we've had a couple of those these past couple weeks, and really it's about us, to be honest. When we do what we do, I think it can be pretty good. When we don't, that's what you get.
As Brock gets closer to being healthy and being ready to come back, obviously you have your own routine, but how do you keep yourself engaged after the string of games where you are the starter, you're getting all those reps, and then get your changes?
I don't know. We'll see. I think I've played a lot of different roles in this league, and like I said, my process stays the same. You prepare as a starter, and definitely want to just be better today. I feel like every game we've played when I'm back there, we've had a chance, and today I just didn't feel like we had a chance. So that's been the kind of how I feel about it. But I know I can get us to that fourth quarter, and when I do, usually it ends up good. So, and the guys around me have done a great job when we've been in those situations. So that's my goal every week, is to get to the fourth. We couldn't do that this week.
You bring up a good point about thinking that they're the best defense in the league. Will Anderson looks like one of the best defensive ends in the league. What was it like just he's lurking over there?
Yeah, he's definitely lurking. They got 2 great defensive ends and really good inside guys too. So I've known Will for 6-7 years or whatever it is now, and have a lot of respect for him. And every time I play against him, you got to have a plan for him. But they definitely had our number today.
What is it like, Matt, when you're on the sideline for as long as you guys were? Time of possession is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I guess what are the emotions as you kind of wait?
Honestly, just stick to my process, prepare, do my stretching, and stay warm, and whether it's long drives or not. But I feel bad for the defense because we didn't give them, when you're out there for that many plays, it's hard to just play. You get tired, and even if we just get a couple first downs, it gives some pressure off them. So got to be better there. Obviously want to score points, but even just moving the ball and flipping the field can be good. Thought we did that better in the second half, but obviously got to put points up to beat people. So like I said, try to get to the fourth quarter, and really our defense has come up clutch in those situations, and so has our offense. So most every game we've been in the fourth quarter, and we've won.
Katie talked about just the mistakes that we're having on offense. Is that the way you felt it kind of unraveled today?
Yeah, I'll have to watch it, honestly. I didn't think the operation was as clean as what I would like it to be, and starts with the quarterback and pushing the tempo in practice and cranking up the noise and just really treating every day like a game, getting in and out of the huddle, really just everything before the ball's even snapped. Like, I can live with post-snap mistakes, like if we have a drop or like I don't throw a good pass, but if I'm not looking the right spot or people are running the wrong routes, then you have no chance. So we know that. KB knows that. Me and him have played a lot of football together, and so have the veteran guys on our offense. I feel like we have a veteran group, and like I said, we got to have the want to get back in the ring and keep fighting.